Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mally Braun. I am the Director of Sales and Marketing with Perfect Fit Closets. I appreciate you taking the time to view this presentation. Our focus today is going to be strictly around the 2022 custom closet trends. We're going to cover roughly around 8 different topics in this presentation that are becoming popular in the closet world, and you're going to see a lot more of going forward. I wanted to start the presentation with covering some basics about the closet industry and about the trends that we see within that industry before jumping into actual design trends. The first thing that I wanted to touch base on was closets and kitchens. I've noticed a lot of kitchen companies looking to bring in closets into their environment and being able to offer that to their clients. They're no longer just using kitchen box systems to create closets because the cost of that is exponentially much higher. So they're actually going the route of bringing actual 32 millimeter European hole systems, whether it's a hanging rail system design or a floor mounted design of various colors, into their showrooms and into their offerings for their clients. This allows for them to not leave any money on the table and give their business another source of revenue and grow their portfolio. So we've noticed definitely a relationship emerging between the closets and the kitchen industry. In the past, they were very separate, and we're noticing that they're becoming more and one under the same roof, and they're being offered by us to a lot of kitchen companies out there who are interested to offer this service. The other thing that I wanted to touch base on, which I think is also the fundamentals of what makes custom closets so custom, is talking about functionality and being a minimalist in that space. So the basic organization rules pretty much stay consistent, right? So the first, we want to focus on the functionality. And the biggest key to creating a functional space is being able to minimize and take away the clutter and take a proper inventory of what it is in that space that's going to stay in order to be able to create an efficient design that's going to give that functional foundation to the closet. The closet is no longer just a closet. People are treating it as a space where they can make their own and adding their own twists and design features to that. The other thing is the minimalism aspect of the design industry. Definitely another area that is appealing to people. They don't want to be hoarders. They don't want to have so much. The storage footprint is definitely reducing in our industry, in the real estate industry, I should say. And so being able to come in and create a functional space really gives them that stress-free environment to work out of. So really giving you a beautiful closet to manage your day-to-day needs and bringing your closet game to the next level is the goal of the closet industry as a whole. We're going to focus on 8 trends, as I had mentioned to you, which are going to be our focus for the 2022 topics. They're listed here, and we're going to dive right into these topics and learn a little bit more. So the first aspect of this is what we call the layering aspect. We are starting to notice a lot of mixture in various material depths to give the design more visual feel and appeal, getting us away from the looks of IKEA and other department stores like Home Depot and whatever is in your area, making the closet a truly custom project. So we see that 3/4 inch world starting to move towards the 1.5 inch offerings, and if not thicker. So it's a combination of the two that we're starting to notice in the design industry being used for closets when they're designing it. So the shelves might stay at 3/4 inch depth, but the gables that you see here will be 1.5 inches, if not thicker. So definitely seeing a lot of that layering happening inside that design world as we're moving forward. The other thing that we're starting to notice more of being added into the space of the home, perhaps not necessarily in a closet. You could do this in an office, you could do this in a media room, you could do this in a pantry. So any kind of area in the home that you have custom organization needs for, this floating shelf is becoming a thing where our authorized dealers are starting to utilize it, being able to see your valuable items or your valuable shoes or your purses, and getting away from that bulkiness of the box look will give the space definitely a more an open flow. So floating shelves, layering, definitely the two that I have started to see more of in the design side. The other item that's on this list that I wanted to touch base on is the color aspect of the closet. In the past, I would say 80%, if not 80 to 90% of the design has always been the color white. It's a affordable color for most consumers, and it was the color of choice going into a smaller space. Clients are starting to steer away from that. They're starting to get into the area where they can make the space their own, make their own sanctuary out of it. They want the space to have personality. So you'll see more of the outside colors coming into the space, rocks, wood colors, grass, sky colors, all of that is what we're starting to see come into play in the design side. Sometimes it might be a combination of white along these colors. So perhaps the drawer fronts might be this color, or the drawer profiles might be this color, but they might keep their gables and shelvings in white. So we have seen a combination of that coming into play. Deep textures is another on the list. The Euro slab door has always been a top choice for doors and drawer profiles in the closet industry and the kitchen industry. And we have seen a rise in the use of heavier textures for this particular profile. They're also being used as decorative back panels, shelving, floating shelves. Closets are not a box system, and not always do you have back paneling in it. So when you do see back paneling inside a closet, it's strictly for decorative purposes. So you might see a lot of that starting to happen in the en-suites designs, or inside the office, or inside areas of the home that are visible, giving that extra touch and extra feel to that space. Here's a couple of pictures just to show you the paneling that I'm referring to. This is not a closet, but this is definitely an entertainment media room that is utilizing that texture. The drawer fronts that you see here, utilizing the heavy textures in that European flat profile. The next trend on the list is going handleless. We're starting to see clients going for the push to open look, or drawers that have a bit of groove in them that allows for them to just grab the drawer and pull open. They want to have that clean, sleek finish and be able to really give that space a much more open flow. So they're getting away from that handles, getting away from the knobs, going straight into the handleless look. Brass is definitely on the rise. It seems like all trends do a full circle, and brass is back, and it brings a warmth to the space, and it helps accessorize any space. Maybe pulls, even though we're getting away from that, if you do see pulls, most likely they're going to be brass. If you see accessories, perhaps your rods, perhaps your valet rods, hampers, all of that, we're starting to see more and more of accessories being purchased in brass. I did a quick interesting fact search, and it shows that there has been a 90% increase in Google search for brass accessories. Shaker profile doors have always been a hit, a spin-off of the original gangster shaker door style comes in the form of Slim Shaker, as you'll see here, a spin-off of the Eminem song. You know, will the real Slim Shaker please stand up? There's a new kid on the block, and this guy is hopefully going to take over. A less bulky feel to it, giving it a little bit of a cleaner finish, and allowing for the slab door to have a little bit of personality, right? So instead of putting a Euro finish profile into it, we're going to add the slim shaker into that profile and allow for it to give it a little bit more personality. The other thing we've started to notice in the closet world is getting away from white drawer boxes and or dovetail drawer boxes. People are looking for a little bit more personality in that space. So getting away from the standard quote unquote cheap drawer boxes and giving the slim drawers the final touch. It's like a fancy pair of shoes or purse. It just finishes the look of the space. This allows the client to bring more personality into that space, and definitely still durable. They're able to hold quite a bit of weight depending on the slides you're using, of course, but in a closet, you're not necessarily storing very heavy items. This allows for you to also color match the closet. So if you do this is a Hacienda black finish. If you do a Hacienda finish closet, your panels, your shelves, your edge tape, it's all going to be 100% match. Now you can add the slim shaker black Hacienda drawer box into that space, and right away it brings that to the next level instead of having the white or dovetail drawer box. So just to backtrack, I just want to touch base on the few trends that we touched on, which was layering, floating shelves, color inspirations for 2022, deep textures, handleless, brass touch, slim shaker, and slim drawers were the trends that are going to be our top focus going forward for 2022. Now, I did mention that I will enclose some contact information at the end of the presentation for individuals interested to learn more about custom closets. I do have great resources and or further information if you're interested to learn more. Definitely reach out to us. But as I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, we're noticing businesses expanding their portfolio and wanting to become a full service company in order to meet their clients' needs. Nobody wants to let that customer walk out the door and go somewhere else for another project. That's how you can easily lose that sale, right? So that's the trends for us for 2022. I wanted to thank you for your time. And I know that was a little bit quick, but I know everybody's time is also very valuable. Have a wonderful day. Again, if you have any questions, any feedback, I am approachable at any time. Please reach out to us. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.